Hello.
hello. Ah, yes,
Hi.
the back screen. Perfect. Hello to you all. Happy Martin Luther King Jr. Day to you.
Isn't that day already?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I feel so bad about this, but I always get it confused, and I think it's in February, and that's some stupid unimportant holiday. It's like President's Day or some shit. I don't care about the presidents. I care about Martin Luther King Jr. He actually did shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's our controversial take for the day, maybe. Welcome back
That's
to
our controversial take. Martin
Homebody.
Luther King. He actually did shit.
Well, like, our presidents don't do shit.
He did all sorts of shit.
Yes, he did do. Here's the other controversial take. That's not really a controversial take. I don't remember how to get to any spot where we were last time. Yeah, like I remember.
We, we
So,
have we have had a bit of a break.
yeah. Welcome back to. Okay, I gotta remember the controls. Holy shit, the memory log was glitching out for a hot second. Let's see. Um, Welcome to another fantastic stream of Homebody, where I remember doing shit because I literally edited the video all day yesterday. So you'd think I'd remember how to get there, but I don't.
Why would you do that? That's not necessary.
I know. Like, you'd think I'd be paying attention to the shit I edited instead of, like, editing.
You
Like, does that make
don't
sense
need
to
to pay
you?
attention. Yeah, actually, because like sometimes when I'm editing, I will literally have like um typically I try to put some lo-fi music in the background because if there's words, I will stop and listen to the song.
Oh,
But
yeah,
then,
yeah.
like, so I go from that logic to I'll have like the entirety of a Schmuck Squad's Full Metal Alchemist Abridged playing in the background, and that won't even distract me. It just like helps me think of a silly thing to add sometimes, and yeah, I but like, and then I'll have like 4 minutes go by in footage, and I'll go, I only half paid attention, and then I'll go back and redo the whole goddamn thing.
Oh, dude, no, I'm the same way. Like, yesterday, oh my god. Yesterday! And this is actually, um, gonna lead into what we were talking about earlier. Yesterday, I decided to rewatch Rocket Power. Do you know how unhinged that show actually is?
Yeah, I watched it all the time.
Dude, I forgot how, like,
How
unhinged
high
it.
Raymundo was.
Oh, dude, yeah. Like, Tito was a bro. Like, that goes without saying. Um, oh, I did it wrong.
There's only one thing about Tito I don't understand. I've never understood what is so bad about the stink eye.
I actually just watched that episode where they're at the spot and everyone's giving him the stink eye, and so Tito just essentially gives him the stink eye at the very end, and it freaks him out. It's
But they
so.
bring the stink eye back so many times, and it's always like this big punishment. And everyone's like, oh. And the only time I've ever seen people give the stink eye in real life is when they're about to beat ass. So it was like Tito literally just flexing on everyone, like, yeah, brother, I could take you down.
Dude, right? So I guess I gotta talk to these ass again. Um, I don't know if antiques are his style, but Gary knows computers pretty well. He could probably help. Or that nerd Megan. Um, she knows stuff.
You know what's crazy? Sorry, I'm getting like just impressive randomness.
Yeah.
So there's a delay between, and for anyone who watches this in the future, there's a delay for me to get to the footage because I'm just watching on Twitch with everyone else. You read that as the words were being written out in the message,
Oh,
and the
dude, that's
cool,
awesome.
that is that means if that's how I saw it, that's how it's gonna look on the stream. That you were just reading it as it came.
Fuck yeah, I'm just psychic. Pumps like that. That honestly, like that's kind of why I like the delay, but also that's why I hate the delay. Cause like it delays you and I talking to some degree, but not really. Uh,
It, it more delays like how long you expect me to like. Is he reading it yet?
that's fair. Oh, so he
When is
talks
he gonna
about a
read it?
fucking big pump. I don't remember where the big pump is. Cliff, we're gonna talk to you later. Cause I'm gonna need to know about the big fucking pump. Cause I don't know what we're talking about.
Oh, speaking of Cliff, I actually have a very funny thing. I like just before I got on stream today, I saw someone say if I could see Disturbed and oh god, what was it? It was a band that I would never put with Disturbed. That's
Really?
all I know.
Ah,
And it was like if those two played together, that would be so dope. And I'm like, I'm halfway with you, man.
oh my god, actually,
One,
I was thinking about this too, cause I was cleaning Speedy before my turtle for everyone who I don't think I've actually ever talked about Speedy before on stream. Um,
oh
but
hey Emily, how are you doing?
uh,
Oh,
usually when I do that, I have like Spotify playing on my Roku or like on the Google or something. But I didn't want to say Google Play too loud because it's listening and it'll turn on. He knows, but
I get that. I saw a short the other day that activated my Google and told it to I think turn on the stove.
oh, dude, I that's happened to me before too, and I hate it every single time. And
Like
anyway,
it worked out because you can't turn on our stove that way. You have to say turn Sanji on or turn on Sanji.
I
Yeah,
still
we
love that your oven's name is Sanji.
and our TV's name is 55 Inches of Pleasure.
Yeah. But oh yeah, so Disturb came on my Spotify, and I'm like, this is perfect, man. Stupefy,
Um,
man. It was the fucking dumbest thing. And
I
I
was
was
about
like,
to read. I'm like, damn it.
and I was like giggling to myself for like 3 minutes. It was so stupid. So good.
I remember an old photo. What was that voice I started? I remember an old photo of one of these big bricks on a computer the size of a car being loaded onto some plane by a private security escort. Oh,
Where does he work?
yeah. Look, man, don't even ask me where I work. Oh, don't even ask me. And we got more data than that. And now we got more data than that. And this,
My bad,
and
man.
that you're like two strikes, you're out. Spawn
Yeah,
motherfucker.
tucked right into our pockets. How else am I gonna watch fail videos at the drop of a hat? I feel like that's a
What is so wrong
reference.
with that painting in the background? I love it.
What?
How have I never noticed this like weird alien painting in the background? I want it.
Oh, oh. Yeah. I don't think we've ever been at this angle before.
When there's a wireless signal, at least. Oh, did you just adjust the screen, or did I? It looked like the screen just got white, like better fitting. I don't know. Which is
No,
a
I.
shame. I could use a pick me up, and I'm in a real fall videos mood.
Those old tape hard drives. How do you configure them? What are we talking about?
What are we talking about?
Yeah, like, Okay, so clearly it has to do with that weird room that I can't get to now because I already fucked up the puzzle. So I'm about to go upstairs and touch some wires and start all over again. I feel
You know,
like
it is
that's
nice
the
that you can
reason
do
why
that
those
instead of wait.
What?
It is really nice that you can just do that instead of wait to get stabbed. You're like, ah, fuck it.
Yeah, like I genuinely feel like that's why they're there. Like
Probably.
I don't see any other reason for that.
Other than maybe possibly we're gonna use that on the homunculus at some point.
Yeah, I
Just
can actually see me
just me
pushing
guessing.
myself. Like, not pushing myself, but pushing
You
uh, him into the thing.
pull off the mask and it's just you, and you're like, what? And the dude's like, what? And then you both just fall over with a knife in you, and you look at each other. You're like, what?
Kill the clown! Yeah, like, I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea what Gary's talking about, so we're just gonna keep going.
Those players had red right heads controlled by a separate whatever. So to spell out the glyphs, you would need to run back and forth multiple terminations just to move the players around. What do you do for work?
Is he talking about the light puzzle?
Maybe?
Cause
Correct. So hopefully somebody would just would have squirreled that stuff away somewhere.
I
Uh-huh.
don't. Gary, you're not helpful right now, but I bet Francine's gonna be even worse. Oh.
By the way, fun fact. So the guy who owns this place, West. What? What was that? Uh-huh. It was me. Get out of my house.
Get
Wow.
out of
It's
my
about to think
house.
about it. Doing my wait. It's wild to think about a gentle old man we met doing speed.
I guess it
What?
is.
You don't think I
I'm
need
going
it?
to
I
join his
roll around with
cult.
every day. I need it. Continue.
Oh, that's you.
Oh, so you're pretty interested in the guy, huh?
Well, see,
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna join his cult, but yeah, I would also like to be his wife because Clara doesn't want to be it.
Because
But yeah, how couldn't you be? This is normal, I guess. If I found out that man was a refrigerator salesman, I'd be interested in him. She's weird. Knowing that he used to get coffee with Jack Kerouac.
Jack
Kerouac?
Harrison. Too many
Is that what
names.
that? Oh my god, I'm gonna screenshot this when I edit this video and send it to Tori and see if this is actually like how you spell Kerouac's name. Um, cause that would just be too weird. Cause we spent all of telling lies making references to Kerouac. And like if they actually put it in here, cause I have no idea, like I have no freaking clue anything about Kerouac. But she does, if you can imagine.
I was about to say, if Tori knows it, then she probably knows it. She always looks really deep into things.
Oh, yeah. She said she used, like, Kerouac is essentially a whole aesthetic, the way she explained it to me. And, like, she was in it. Like, back when she was in her hippie phase, that's essentially Kerouac. Like, what Tori was when it
Oh,
was in that was
okay.
Kerouac.
Yeah. She was hard diving into that shit. Like some of the stuff. Ask her about some of the music scenes that she's been in. Like it's a
Oh,
fun time.
dude, they're wild.
Oh man. Like some of the stories she would tell me about her and former dude back in the day, like going to these festivals and like when she would see Moon Hooch and
Yeah.
um like oh, by the way, if you have I know if you're listening to this, I know you haven't heard of Moon Hooch. ATP, you're an exception. But if you and because you haven't, you have to do yourself a favor. Go listen to Moon Hooch.
Oh, for real, they're so good. Ah.
Excited about two dudes playing saxophone and a drummer. That
Right?
drummer, by the way, is a beast. And I like they don't even. There are songs where those saxophones sound like goddamn synthesizers.
Dude, like, have you. I've shown you the glitch mob, right?
The glitch mob.
Yeah. They're essentially three drummers that ended up becoming DJs, and they have, like, the greatest drum beats ever. Like, oh my god, they're so good. And that's
I
all it
mean,
is. Like, they're drum beats in, like, DJ synths. And, like, when I finally, like, looked up Moonhooch, I'm just like, oh my god, this is Tori's equivalent of the glitch mob.
there was like one song, and I wish to God I could remember what the other band was, but you'll never find it on YouTube because it's something that she only had because she was at a live show where it happened, and these two bands, Moonhooch and another group, did a collab on stage, and it I listened to it in her car with her once, and it sounded so good. Oh my god, it sounded so good. Like it was like if a hippie festival was doing ecstasy inside of your ear and you were there for it. It was a good time.
Dude, honestly,
And
the
and,
bands Tori
and
listened to are freaking wild. Like, I know she says she doesn't listen to a lot of music, but like the music she does listen to is on point.
she listens to a lot of music. It's just she
We,
listens to a lot of what me and Plant would listen to.
yeah, that's true. I say mostly plant.
Yeah. my
Really?
my playlist my playlist is literally like 50% bands that I discovered through anime or just because I listened to Duran Gray, which is a heavy metal Japanese band that has basically In Bloom's music video on the worst flavor of crack. It's like I don't think you can see the original on YouTube anymore. Is what I'm saying.
Honestly, I
The original
don't.
music video.
I thought we were talking about something different.
Oh,
The pipes in the bathroom don't
Duran
work anymore?
Gray.
Oh, yeah.
But no, yeah, Tori's music taste, like, I know she doesn't really think that I listen to a whole lot of Japanese music, but I I straight up love that shit. I do my best to like look into translations, even for songs that aren't like popular. Um,
I always
I
thought
think
out of the batch of us, though, that Plant was the one who would seek out, would I guess
I
seek out the other stuff more and like choose to listen to it. Like that always seemed like his vibe. I
it's
don't.
like how do I put this? Um,
Yes. Okay. Cool. We're
I've
here.
had so much like Japanese stuff kind of like thrown into my life overall that I don't really talk about a whole lot.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, I started martial arts like karate when I was a kid. I went to two different types of lessons, and I in my private lessons I did really well. I did those for a long time, and then for the UKS lessons, I made it to brown. I think it was 4 degrees from a black belt before I stopped for cross country,
Yeah. I
and
remember that.
and along with that, I also had a
Oh
bunch of
fuck.
different books that were translated into English from like Japanese masters. There's this one book on the book is literally just like a white gi and a black belt going across of it, saying the purpose of the belt, and then like basically like martial arts were all over my life, and from there I started eventually finding Adult Swim. One day I randomly stayed up and Inuyasha was on or Yu Yu Hakusho was on, and I loved their music. Like, and it's just one of those things where so many things in my life that like were in there naturally. Like my love of music, the fact that I've always loved like historical shit,
Yeah.
or like Inuyasha had the history, and those endings in Inuyasha's like first couple of seasons tell me they don't slap.
Dude.
There's Inuyasha. I think the second ending for Inuyasha is so ingrained in my soul that like I hear like a slight bit of it and I go back there. And from anime, like uh just really knowing that like it all, if I don't listen to that stuff I might not hear more really really amazing musicians. And so I grew up with martial arts, I grew up with music, and I grew up with history stuff and loving that kind of thing. I threw myself into psychology, and anime like takes all of that stuff, rolls it into a ball, and fucking eats it, and says, "Hey, that's literally all this is. It's a bunch of people fighting or not fighting, doing psychological shit to each other. There's historical references in every single anime ever, and it's just like, ah, and um, and the guys I got my private lessons from was a old Japanese man and his grandkids. And, yeah, it was a good time.
Dude, that's so awesome. What the did I do?
I think that's all like also why I love One Piece so much, because One Piece is literally all of those things in a ball.
Faxo. I don't know what I'm doing.
Oh, I just remembered. I was talking to someone about this game yesterday
Yeah.
at my job, because he overheard me talking about my streaming, and he asked what we stream. I told him about this game, and he goes, "Green Bum's made a game," and I said, "Yeah." And he
No,
goes, "What is it?" I'm like, "It's a
two!
puzzle game." And I'm like, and I told him, and it's not just like a puzzle game and the find this random thing to take it to here, and somehow it makes a door open. It is like that, but it's also, we found the actual full book of Dracula, and we're supposed to like, from post-it notes that you find in the very beginning, you're supposed to look at the numbers on that and know that in the book of Dracula you go to this page number, this word, it's that word is a clue to this, that we absolutely skipped and somehow solved a puzzle without any of that. but but that was the way to solve that puzzle, and instead we just threw things at things until it worked.
Yeah! Look,
In
I'm not
fact,
gonna lie. That seems to be the way I do a lot of shit.
I think you solved that puzzle like with getting everything you were supposed to see to know how to solve that puzzle, which is like my favorite thing. But yeah, like when after I told him that, he goes, "Well, what? Well, like what's the selling point?" I said, "Well, it's Groundhog's Day with death."
Pretty
He's like,
much.
"Oh," and I told him that, as you, I told him about our little theory that as you go through the game, you start to wonder because you keep trying to tell people, "Hey, this is happening," and then you end up after as you're trying to say, "Hey, this is happening," and instead you say, "Hey, wasn't yesterday so much fun?"
Yeah!
And I told him my theory that, and I think your theory too, that everyone is, at the very least, Greg is trying to also say things, but is kind of getting cock blocked by whatever's cock blocking us.
Wait.
Because it seems like he's doing everything he can to tiptoe around something being bad right now.
Yeah! Like.
And it wouldn't be surprising to me at all if the reason he's doing that is because he's also like, why do I keep getting stabbed?
Right though? Like.
But I'm actually, also, because of the weirdness of whatever the he does for a living, which maybe we haven't paid attention and he's told us what he does, but
Oh, okay.
what
Well,
how how weird would it be if you were right in one of our earliest streams of this and Greg was secretly
you mean Gary?
Gary? Yeah, Gary. What? I keep thinking Gregory, but
Because you still have PTSD from FNAF.
yes.
Like, that makes the most sense.
Gray is I
Gary.
think you might be right that Gary is involved. like what if he helped design this place?
Ugh.
I
You
mean,
know,
no, then he would know. Then he would be able to save himself.
yeah.
But like,
Well, I
fuck,
mean,
why?
not if the homunculus or whatever is like just like a run-of-the-mill goblin and he goes and does what he wants anyway, and it's just like, oh, I created you, why are you killing me, kind of thing.
Then we throw in a dude in a silver bed of silver armor, and he goes, and then problem solved.
Facts.
Oh my god, I can't wait for more of that show. I also can't wait for our little version of it because that show is based on D&D, and we're gonna be doing that soon. By the way, Tori reminded me that I had a few missing things. Like I didn't put all my weapons in, and I I thought that I had to limit how many things I had because I was doing 2 classes, and I was like, what if I accidentally make myself broken? There was no worry of that. There was no goddamn worry of that. Let me tell you, as a monk, my like unarmed like punch or whatever is supposed to do 1d whatever dex is. My dex modifier is.
Dang.
It's 0. So when I punch, it's just 1 dex of 0. That means if I punch someone, I will literally be like, "Hey-ya!" and they'll just look at me like I did nothing.
Oh my god. Dude, between your character and my character, like, we're gonna get. And I feel like our characters always seem to have this happen, but we're gonna get nothing done. Like, nothing's gonna get accomplished.
Hey, Drondar actually did quite a bit.
Okay, you know what? Yeah, Trogdor did do shit. And, so did Festus. I feel like they usually play hand in hand.
Yeah, like, what was it? I feel like also Minion and Haribo didn't do a hell of a lot combatively in the Blessed Hamlet. Our characters were kind of like the hearts of the story. Like everyone loved Haribo, and Zeminiar had so much random plot for no reason. For the guy who didn't write any backstory, by the way, most of that back. That's probably how it happened because she was like, okay, I'm just gonna put you on the fire here, and but then we did the space one, which you were the DM.
Yeah.
And my character was moderately useful. He killed the boss.
Dude, that's true, yeah.
I think my characters, when they're bad, they're allowed one cool thing. That seems to be my thing. Whenever I have a character that's bad, they always have one good moment. In my first D&D game, it was I think it was the badass moment where I pulled the arrow out of that one shot was my first time playing D&D.
I forgot about that one shot.
Yeah, I think you shot me.
That wouldn't surprise me.
I think you shot me in the hand because I was burning houses down, and then like I put you in a position where I was like, I have fire, and you're like, oh, and then we ended up just calming it down, and then I got ran over by Goldline's horse. That was like the one cool thing I got to do was like I had a cool standoff with you. And then my next game, it was in the very beginning, I accidentally blew up 2 enemy ships with a fire arrow. And then Zeminiar got to throw a goddamn giant with a whip, or Cyclops with a whip. But no, and then our last campaign, Festus was
This was a tank.
he was like you took on so much. And then my character is mostly just running around, like accidentally finding the next place to go because he was threatening the right person or face slamming someone. I'm not gonna lie. I was purposely trying not to do a whole lot as Trogdor other than be a
I did it.
nuisance,
What
and it
did
ended
I
up
do?
being more.
How did I do it?
Do it.
Examine mess. Classy.
Oh.
Inspect crawlspace?
Hell yeah. But I do
What
find it
is
bad that,
this?
like, the, what the is that? It is crudely drawn.
Okay, so we had to figure this out before we went.
That's great. That's wonderful.
God damn it!
Did we just work backwards? Is that what we found?
We did. Son of a bitch. Why did we? God damn it.
But I want to ask you. I want to ask you if you've ever found yourself in that position in any of our campaigns. Have you ever purposely tried to be a little bit of a nuisance just solely on your based on what your character would do, and then you end up being way more useful by accident?
Oh, all the goddamn time.
That was the entire Trogdor experience. Every time I was useful, I was in the background going, really? Like I didn't want to derail the campaign, but I'm like, I'm the big idiot. I gotta cause some issues.
Like, that was essentially what Haribo was supposed to be. Like, his whole thing was that he can only talk in questions, but Haribo, like, he kind of evolved to the point where he didn't care. Because I think he recognized that you guys didn't care, like, past the first, like, few times that he changed color. Like, the only one that really cared was Miles. And, like,
you had the fortunacy of someone who was considered a lesser being, a red man,
yeah.
and a white guy. You had the most like understanding crew that were all at each other's necks all the time.
Exactly. Normal cylinders increase PSI output by 1 unit of fluid. Heavy duty cylinders reinforced with a bulkier housing increase PSI by 5. Input fluid amount is displayed on the left. So does that mean the toilet can work now? Can we work the toilet?
Maybe. I don't know, but I hope so. Someone might have to poop.
Yeah, no, this would not be the house for you. One toilet and
Oh no! At this point, I would shit in that toilet and be like, guys, I'm sorry.
yeah. I heard a loud noise just now. Did you do something in the bathroom? Yeah, don't go in there.
Yeah, I like, oh, enchiladas on the way here. Went to Taco Bell.
No.
Taco Bell doesn't have enchiladas. Cadoba, they don't do that either.
Bro,
That was a
Kidoba.
rape.
Which, oh my god. So I figured out a way to get close to a quesarito, since Taco Bell quesaritos are off the menu now. I had Taco Bell today, and if you order online, you can actually get a beefy 5-layer burrito grilled. So all you gotta
That's
do
great.
is take the beans off the beefy 5-layer, add rice, and add jalapeno sauce. Quesarito.
That's great. That's great.
Dude, I was so excited when I found that out today. However, I put beans on it, and it was uh, everything I've ever wanted in a Taco Bell order. God,
I think my
Jesus.
favorite Taco Bell order of all time, aside from the quesarito, because that shit was bomb.
Dude, I'm so
Um,
mad they got rid of it.
they got rid of my favorite menu item they ever had, called the smothered burrito, and I have never forgiven them since.
I forgot about the smothered burrito.
It had the Roja sauce, and it had like, I know you don't like sour cream, but I put this extra sour cream on, and
Nah, you
I
do
just took out
you.
the beans, and I was like, the rice, the beef, the Roja, like, this is the closest Taco Bell had ever felt like it came to like a lazy Sunday afternoon at home.
Dude. Uh,
I think
yeah, man.
what I think about Haribo though, and how he evolved throughout our little D&D campaign. I love how at first, like, Winslow was indifferent to everybody. Zamini initially only took to Winslow because Miles was such a dick, and he's like, well, this will piss him off. I'm gonna be friends with the dwarf. And, and Haribo, Zamini was just like,
The
I
fuck?
don't know why, but I want to protect. He's small. And I, that was just a thing because of me. Like, I put that because Haribo was a delightful idea, and I loved his art. And then and then he ended up being like that for everyone. Like, Winslow and Haribo became like really good buddies. It seemed like, even though you beat the shit out of him in the arena.
Look, that wasn't on purpose. Someone had to
I know.
win, and if you remember, Haribo straight up did not want to fight anybody, so he ran away from Winslow for like the longest time. And I tried to
Yeah.
get away from it. I tried,
Then
and
you
it
almost
didn't work.
and then you almost turned him into stone.
Yeah, that was unfortunate.
Um, but like, and eventually, it got to the point where Haribo was Miles' moral compass, where like he didn't want to piss. If something was really really upsetting to Haribo, Miles would start kind of at first. He would just kind of be like, well, I guess we don't have to do that. If Haribo was like, I don't think we should, ah, and he'd be like, and then the further along the story went, Miles went from kind of to full on going, well, if it's a problem.
Right?
And I think Haribo was the only character he got like that with, except for Winslow, who I think at the end he kind of started liking, because the Miniar was not because he really liked him, but because the Miniar constantly shit on him. And he was like, well, now I'm going to befriend Winslow to annoy you. Because that's kind of
Right.
what it, because if I remember right, Miles was like, Zeminiar, you are the lowest of us.
Yeah, especially after that whole incident with Gilly.
Oh my god. That, ah, I wish you guys could see the messages between Tori and I, because I remember I got to be, she was Hamlet in DM messages. And I just remember, like, oh no, it wasn't even the messages at that point. It was the fact that, like, I missed an episode, and because I missed it, I got this whole little like experience outside the stream where Zaminiar got to see him, Harold, with Gilly up there already had killed her and was just like, "You think that'll piss you off?" Throws her down, and then he snaps his fingers and brings the Miniar to the top of the mansion that she just threw her off of. And that's how that episode started, was all of you seeing me.
Oh my god, that's actually great.
Yeah, and I remember thinking like, and I was like, how the hell am I not gonna get murdered by Miles? Because the Miniar could not beat Miles. There's no way Zeminiar could beat Miles. Maybe towards the end game he had the spell power to do it, but for like 6 levels, no. He did not have the firepower to deal with those two illusions.
Like, I have a very, like, faint memory, and I don't know if I genuinely want to rewatch all of that campaign. Because, like, I'm pretty sure that's when we first kind of realized that Miles does have a soft spot for Haribo, because Haribo talks Miles down straight up, like, from killing you.
Yeah, he does. Haribo saved Zeminiar's life that day.
Yeah, because we all know that there was absolutely no Winslow talking to Miles about this.
Yeah.
And like,
and Sonny was dead.
yeah. Sonny was just dead. But like, oh my god. Like, the only reason why Miles wanted to kill you was because, like, he hadn't visited Hamlet yet. And that was because, like, that one guy was a good D&D player and showed up to every single session up until that point. Like, he was the only one who wasn't rewarded. Like, I thought that was so funny. I'm like, oh my god, this is great.
Oh, oh my god. And the whole... I remember him being like the only one during my trial. It was like, or no, our trial. What was it, our trial, or was I the only one on the shit stick?
I think it was our trial.
Okay.
But like, he was trying to frame you.
Yeah, I remember the whole time he was just like, "This dude did it." And you guys were like, "Shut up!" And eventually, even the family was like, "Can we just move this along?"
Yeah, like it was a whole thing. Oh my god.
We did a whole Phoenix Wright moment. We did Phoenix Wright and Silent Hill, and the artwork. Some of the artwork references JJK.
Oh my god. Oh my god, it does.
Yeah, the next time you look at the Silent Hill mini art of him punching, the Itadori, that's a straight up Itadori pose.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep playing this game until he comes and stabs me. I don't even care. Like, I remember you saying
you gotta get to the end of this game, right?
What?
I mean, you gotta play this game until you get something, right?
I thought so. Like, I genuinely... Oh, no, wait. I can't play this game until I get stabbed because the power goes out before... yeah. Oh, yeah! The face!
What face? Am I about to see a face? Oh.
Yeah, did you see it in the screen when the power went out?
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah.
I saw it. Oh, yay.
Place sucks.
Okay, I guess. But I really wanted to play Mario, and you just took it out of my hands. Didn't even ask. So rude.
I can't even get to the wire. No, I can get to the wires now. I can still get to the wires.
Oh my god.
Okay, yeah, Gary. You're gonna be the one that dies first then.
So wait, I just realized. So, how long did you have a connection with the God Dragon lady?
Oh God. Uh,
Like, was
after
it
we
before
met
or
her.
after?
It was after we
Okay.
met her originally.
Okay.
Um,
Good.
let's see. Yeah,
I,
after we
I
met her, and there are wires in this room, I think. I just
Denia, I think
opened
her
it
name
myself.
was.
Oh, goddamn. Because there were a couple sessions I missed. Touch. Why can't I touch it? Oh, that's stupid. I can't touch it like I can in the other one? Okay, fine. Fine, we're just gonna run around then until it kills me. Because it's not worth it waiting to get stabbed.
Yeah. So continue.
Because at one point I remember I had missed a couple sessions, and then by the third one I missed, we're just like, okay, we're gonna write something completely different here. And that was like a whole thing. Your file is fucking small. And we were trying to figure out how to actually incorporate Janaya a little further. And I think that's what Tori ended up doing, because she wanted to make it similar to your and Hamlet's connection.
Yeah.
Cool. Dead.
um, I'm really glad you said it was after, because if not, I was gonna be so salty.
Oh yeah, that I
Oh,
didn't recognize her originally.
or that you didn't like say something before I did what I did to get her to calm her ass down.
No, like that's why it was around the time that I had gotten kidnapped. Um that's when I made the connection with her. So like while you were trying to kill her and I was freaking out, like that's why.
Uh,
So like that whole thing, that whole sequence of events, I'm going to keep playing this
yeah,
goddamn game. I'm going to get it eventually.
you will.
I
Um,
got better at it.
but yeah, the when we first like met her and she started to fight us, so that way we didn't run into Ginger.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, I knew who she was already. Like
Yeah, so I
Xavinia
didn't
and
know at that point.
yeah, I can't remember if Kefi or Hamlet told him about it. No, it was like a mixture of things. I pieced it together because Tori showed Xavinia a vision of basically those two, and I was breaking it down after so many hints, and I eventually realized like this is the Dragon Lady, and that's Ginger, and like how am I gonna convince this dragon not that we're not here for? Oh, maybe I'll just let her fucking destroy me to prove that we're not enemies. And I did. I remember shouting at her like, "Do it! Do it!" And then everyone went, "No." Then Miles was like, "You died again." Like, yeah, yeah. He's like rubbing it in. He has no idea that I just saved us from a boss battle we weren't gonna win. I don't even know if we were supposed to beat her.
See, I don't think we were.
I like it just sucks because I knew that we were gonna probably have the bad ending ever since like the world reset, and I was like, damn it.
Oh, dude, yeah, like the minute
The minute you realized that we weren't supposed to save Gilly.
yeah. And I'm like, you know what, we're gonna roll into it, cause like at that one whole session where Tori's just like, okay, name something you want, and I said I want to save Gilly. Like the minute we went into the reset, I'm like, I wasn't supposed to. Gilly's not supposed to be alive.
Yeah, the words that were, I believe Zeminiar had to question Hamlet about it, in that moment and didn't accept it, and then later on asked again just for more clarity, and basically said, every single time Hamlet just said she wasn't necessary.
Yeah.
And then, before we were given the whole, option, there was a conversation between the two where it was basically said, Sincere Women's Plush Home? Oh, it's an ad. That's what happened earlier. That's why the screen got bigger earlier. There was a conversation where it was basically like, if she comes back, other things have to change, and they won't be for the better. And
Oh shoot. Okay.
yeah, like he was what?
Hang on.
Okay.
There's a sticky note here.
Oh,
I go in. Oh!
and then you press A
A.
or up. What happened? Oh. 00XXX double X.
I don't know what any of these mean.
I guess you can just go to the last stage. Or wait, no, go back to it again. Go back to the note.
Yeah, what does this mean? Like, I'm assuming it's supposed to be like on PlayStation, I'm guessing?
No. Okay, so we got two O's followed by two X's.
Then...
So, and then two X's at the bottom, the brackets in between. And... Now go back to the game.
Okay. No!
No!
I f***ed up! God,
Up.
because I accidentally left. I literally left the game.
Oh.
That's okay, I only had a few minutes. I have a few minutes before we die, or the power goes out. Yep. Okay. What can we try to figure out now? Maybe let's go upstairs? What's this?
Hey, did you ever know who Pro Gerard was?
Pro Gerard? No, I
Or
don't
Pro
think so.
or whatever? He was a member of the Completionists, and I guess he did some, like, bad charity shit.
Holy
Hey, what?
What is this shit? Bro! Oh my...
Whoa! Why is he huge? Why is he big? He's not doing anything to you. That is not a homunculus.
What is...
Why
Dude,
is it
Gary!
so big? Like, at first I thought it was a perspective thing and he was, like, closer to us, but no, he's just there.
No,
Talk to
yeah,
him right now.
Yeah.
Holy shit! Do you like my stand? Hey, Emily, what the is that?
We don't even, like, what?
What's the plan?
Is...
What's the plan for tonight? What are you talking about? Do you not see the goddamn giant sitting on the bed? I don't
Yeah,
know. I
apparently
guess
Emily doesn't either. Like, straight up.
like,
What?
what if they what if they see it and like we're just seeing them have this conversation, but like on their level they're like panic sweating and just like yeah, what are we gonna do tonight? I don't know. And he's just like, I smell like bitch in here.
Yeah, like, genuine.
None of us do. I thought he'd be the first one here on the first day.
Uh,
Let's ignore the thing that's literally teabagging me in the back of the head right now.
I don't. Why?
Is this supposed to happen? Did we find a glitch?
I don't know.
Like
Okay.
I don't even like know if I want you to leave the room.
I
Like go back in there. Go
definitely
back in there.
did. Wait, why?
I just want to see if
Oh,
he's
hey,
still
look.
there.
Oh, I wanted to actually bring him in. Aw, well, okay. You know, maybe, I should have stayed in the room and let him come into the room.
Why did he come out of there? That's not where he was.
Pete, please give me answers, buddy. No, no, no.
Hey. The system in the flooded room looks like it will take several inputs in sequence. I guess why do I don't remember what his voice was supposed. Oh yeah, Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
I guess you make symbols by rotating the dials in the two small rooms on the sides. Oh, look at my Mickey ear. Jensen's name backwards is Disney. Oh, bet you didn't know that shit. After that, you lock them into places using the console in the main room. Oh,
Search the desk in the flooded room?
Minnie has a bigger. Never mind. Any sign of what that note may be. Search the desk in the flooded room. There's got to be more to find. Oh, and while you're there, tell Sora he's a bitch. Do you think Mickey Mouse likes Riku better than Sora? He doesn't hang out with Sora a lot, but he spent like a lot of time with Riku. Oh yeah, he's the chosen one and all, but like him. Dude's got pointy hair. Thinks he's cool. He's got big ass shoes. Dumbass. He chased my dog around for like his girlfriend chased my dog around for like 5 hours and never gave it back to me.
Talking about
Bitch.
Kyrie?
Yeah. In Kingdom Hearts 2, she chases him through a bunch of like portals, and then we never see him again. So I'm just like, she never even like pointed me in the right direction. Skank. I left Aqua in the dark realm because why? What? Oh, ad. Damn it.
Ah. Okay, so let's see. No more playing the game. Let's see, the desk in the flooded room. The desk in the flooded room? I had inspected the desk, you dumb...
Oh, have you found any funny things about Mickey being free now?
Not yet.
If anyone else was an ad just now, I asked ATP if she had seen any fun little animations or bits involving the newly freed tugboat Mickey. It is just the tugboat Mickey Mouse, not the red pantsed variant. And I found one of a guy like
In the study.
they just like show tugboat Mickey talking to his boat, and he was like, "I'm gonna do this," and boat's like, "Yeah," and he's like, "I'm gonna do this," and the boat's like, "Yeah," and he goes, "And then I'm gonna go have fun with my." I can't remember who he brings up, but I think it might have been the Playhouse, and the boat like turns into like boat Stalin and is like, "No, you cannot do that." Well, I guess I'll go hang out with dog. He's like, no, you cannot do that. You have nothing.
10,
This is your
12,
new
9,
hell.
11. What does this mean?
12, 9, 11?
10, 12, 9, 11.
10, 12, 9, 11.
To retrieve the instructions for the industrial pump, first rewind and then print. This is all you ever used the mainframe for, so I don't know why it's so hard to remember. I don't, what the calibration guide for the mainframe is in the study. Okay, so we gotta go back to the study. Do the study!
Again!
Francine!
Francine!
And the minute the power goes out, I'm gonna go into the other room and we're gonna stay there until the homunculus comes. I just want to see what he does.
Who's the worst mother, Lois or Francine?
Ooh, Lois. Especially the newer seasons of Lois because she just genuinely does not give a f. Francine always seems to care all the time.
Okay. I'm gonna throw some things at you because I would say Lois too.
Man, you
But I
stretch.
recently watched something, and now I don't know because Francine grooms Steve.
Oh.
Yeah.
What?
There. At first, there was just like a lot of episodes and jokes about her being like, "Oh, your mommy's little baby," and I didn't know this, but in later episodes, she still breastfeeds him. Yeah. And like, and it gets worse, and I'm like, oh my god, what are they getting away with these shows?
For.
Then again, Family Guy had Herbert the pervert for ever,
Yeah, truth.
and Quagmire exists.
Dude, yeah. Honestly,
Like,
like, both of those shows are really bad. Ugh. I haven't watched any of them in so goddamn long.
I'm not gonna lie, I watch Family Guy all the time still. Well, not all the time, but like, every now and again, Teal and I will watch the new episodes of Futurama, and then we'll like start catching up with Family Guy because they have new episodes now too.
Yeah.
But it is a weird feeling, though, because due to a recent episode of Super Eye Patch Wolf, I also dove into Simpsons again, and
Dude.
there's some like episodes that feel like Family Guy, but then I went into the newer seasons that the Super Eye Patch Wolf episode talked about, and I like. It's weird when you're like, okay, I didn't recognize this anymore, and then you see later on down the road, you're like, I recognize this, but in a way that's like it's a new thing in a good way. I don't know. It's really weird thinking about shows like Family Guy and Simpsons where they've survived so long that they've had to change themselves up so much
Right?
that like there are times where you're like you can feel them both taking from each other a little bit. I know everyone always South Park was the one that said Simpsons did it, and they always will do it first, but there are definitely skits from Simpsons that I feel like would have fit way better in Family Guy. Like,
Honestly, yeah, I've noticed that too. And there are some bits and pieces that are like too smart for Family Guy that either belong in American Dad because it's just a little more sophisticated, or like The Simpsons.
yeah. And yet, no joke ever feels like it fits in Futurama if it doesn't come out of Futurama.
No, absolutely not.
But,
Like the same
but
goes for
there's that.
South Park. Like South Park does so many different bits. Like
Mhm.
and they just all fit really well, but at the same time you're just like, I don't know if this would have been better in any of these other shows.
South Park has the great advantage of just being the show that sets the bar. Like
It's
every
true.
show tries to be that, but they also go way too hard and they don't do enough to like pad out the upness of it.
Yeah,
South
because
Park.
at least South Park, in my opinion, like, oh wait, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say South Park does that thing where um it takes I think Zero Punctuation said it best. It takes a lot of effort and care to make it feel like you don't care.
Honestly, I
And
was gonna say something similar.
yeah, and South Park is definitely one of those shows where they're like, we can make you laugh about silly fart jokes, but then we're gonna make you think about everything to do with your life
Exactly.
and
I also
how.
think the go on.
No, you. I was done.
I think the advantage South Park has over the other ones is that like they actually tell a story like throughout the season and like they do have a theme whereas like Simpsons, Family Guy, um American Dad, they're all for the most part episodic. Like they
Yeah,
don't really serialize a whole lot of stuff.
yeah, and South Park also like um Trey and Matt Parker and Bill Hader and everyone in that writing room.
Yeah.
They also oh shit, I just had it. No. Uh, aside along with the whole like episodic writing style,
Poop.
they take that writing style and they somehow interweave with it multiple things that are constantly happening in the world around us, and they're like, hey,
Yeah.
we're all stupid, like. And that's the biggest takeaway from South Park is like it's always been a show that says yes, this is raunchy humor, but you all make it happen. Like you not like we they'd make it because we make the money, but it's almost always satire about life in the world. Every episode is pointing and laughing at the dumb shit we as people do, and they're just willing to raunchify it. Futurama, on the other hand, has the benefit of having the world's most overqualified team of writers. How
So
I
worth
don't
it though.
remember all the degrees that they have between them, but I remember it went around like a few of them have masters, and I think there's a dude with a PhD, and that's who writes that show. And also, I can't remember if it was Neil deGrasse Tyson or another person, but I was watching a YouTube short of a scientist talking about how the fact that Fry went in at night and then came out at the exact time of day that he came out of 3,000 years later indicated that someone did the math to accurately calculate the time differences that would happen due to leap year and all that other celestial body stuff and came out with the right time. So him coming out when he did in the future was mathematically correct.
Jesus.
That's how over qualified those writers are.
I mean, if you have The Simpsons, you gotta go hard with Futurama too, right? Like,
Oh yeah.
that's kind of
Oh
the
yeah.
way I see it.
Also, Futurama was one of those only shows where you could go back and see Nibbler in episode 1, so
Oh
you
my
know
god.
that he's been there all the time.
Dude, so it's not like South Park where they went in and retconned it like they did with
Yeah.
Tolkien.
Oh my god, that's one of my favorite things. The fact that they went back on every episode and changed the subtitles. like,
Right. They
like
just
they
straight up
gaslight.
gaslighted everybody.
You know they laughed the entire time they were doing it. They're like, Like,
Dude. Dang it.
because and that's another thing that only they can do because of the way they've been writing South Park. They can
Exactly.
they can make something like that up, and where anyone else, like Steven Universe, went back on so much shit that they did,
He's not here now.
retcon, and then why is he not there now? More questions. But they did all that
Is
backtracking,
that on
and
purpose?
they basically went, no, none of that was real, like with Pink Diamond being evil or whatever. But then South Park goes, oh no, we're absolutely doing this, and we're gonna laugh about it. Because that we don't really care. We're just doing this because it's hilarious. Oh, I still say the fact that they were on LSD and wore Jennifer Lopez and somebody else's, or they might have both been J-Lo dresses
It
through
was
the red carpet.
J-Lo's and
Yeah, okay.
no, Gary, what are you doing? Is he coming through this door?
Wasn't there a big mother here a minute ago?
You
He
can hear
looks
the
more
noises,
surprised.
but you can't hear. But you couldn't see this big mother. God damn it, Carrie.
Did he not look more surprised at there not being anything on the bed for a second, though? He like
Yeah,
stared at the bed and was like, huh?
you can. You can hear. So I'm not sure if you can hear it.
I
But
cannot.
in the game, you can hear like the screechy sound of the homunculus walking through, and I think that's what Gary heard. So that's like their AI freaking the out. So like I was low key kind of hoping he would come through the door, but no. And now I have to wait. Now I have to wait and just stare at Gary while he dies. um, Gwyneth Paltrow, that's who it was. Gwyneth Paltrow
Oh,
and J Lo.
do you want to say hi, Teal?
Hi Teal.
Yeah, I don't have the headphones in.
I miss you. Okay, so I guess he's just
Did
not
you hear
gonna.
her?
I.
She said she misses you too in a squeaky
Oh,
voice.
Francine's dead. Okay, cool.
Excellent.
Emily, Francine, I'm here. I'm going to kick you. This is what the. This is all your fault somehow. I just know it.
What a bitch!
I'm gonna continue to step on you.
Do it twice as
Francine.
hard. Do it twice as hard. She's still breathing. Then kick her lightly when she dies. The first is for pain, the second is for the insult.
This is all your fault somehow. I fucking hate you. Spec the
Well,
board.
Oh my god. Um,
Oh!
we,
Oh, there it is! I'm supposed to make the Harry Potter symbol. That's right.
Deathly Hallows.
Yeah, I'm supposed to make the Deathly Hallows. I remember that joke now. How could I forget? I'm so stupid.
Teal says, no, you're not.
Aw, that's so nice.
Um, we were just watching a Goop video, not like actual Goop video, but there's a YouTuber that Teal watches that tries on like different clothing lines and items from it. And for the first time ever, I heard a YouTuber say positive, non-sponsored things about their stuff. Only the clothing. Everything else I've ever heard of from Goop is as batshit as Gwyneth Paltrow herself.
Oh my god. I'm gonna just stand on this side, because I know he's gonna come and get me now that I made noises.
Char?
Um, oh, So, going way, way, way back to a conversation we had earlier. So I was watching Game Grumps play Freddy Fish, right?
Yes. Oh my god. How did it take us this long?
Because we started going off on a tangent. First off, we've got ADD, bro. Why is that a question? Uh,
You know what? That's fair. It's fair.
um. Oh, so he is here. Okay, cool. Sure, you can just come right through there. He did a little peeky. He peeked.
Hey, how's it going? Hey, I'm gonna stab you. I'm gonna stab you.
Oh, you are here. I can't see you through the wires. Oh, ha, ha,
I like how you just fell through the geometry there.
Dude, right? Like, I can only see my feet.
Like as you're dying, you fall through the metal, and you're like, "Huh, I could
I could
have
have
the
gone
ability
through
to
this
face
the
anything.
entire time.
Oh, this sucks. Oh, now my blood is phasing out of my." Wouldn't that suck to figure out that you had superpowers the same moment you realize you're gonna die?
Oh, dude, for goddamn real.
You're like,
Anyway, so, I was watching Freddy Fish, and first off, lots of nostalgia, because Chrysalis, that was her favorite game when she was little, was Freddy Fish. And so, like, just from watching Chrysalis, I knew, like, all the shit you had to do. But anyway, so one of them is just Dan and Aaron playing Freddy Fish, and the other one is, it starts off with Ross and Dan. No, it starts off with Ross and Aaron. Aaron is, like, super drunk.
whoa. Okay, so it had to. You know what? Never mind. I was about to say that had to be kind of recent, but no, he started drinking like 3 years ago, I think, because he had never drank before that.
At least I think so. He said he was drinking at one point, so maybe he wasn't drinking alcohol and maybe it was just something different.
No, he might have been like I said, he started drinking, but it's just it's not as far away. It's not as like recent as I thought it was. It was a while ago now that he started. But go on.
So, at one point, they have to do math, and it's just like, your basic math. And because they, at the time, were 27, or at least I think Ross said he was 27, he said, I should do advanced because there's no way that this is going to be hard for me, a 27-year-old man. The amount he struggled. And it was just like, I think at one point it was like 46 plus like 37. And Aaron was getting so upset, like Aaron does.
Yeah.
But he, like, Ross got the first question wrong. And at one point, like, I was thinking to myself, because I did want us to play the Freddy Fish games, and I'm like, maybe this was for the best that we didn't, because Zero's really bad at math.
And
I'm
I
just
can
like,
count.
if someone else struggled, then that means Zero probably would have a hard time. And it was still just like adding. Like, that's all the advanced was. It was just adding bigger numbers together.
Like, how big are we talking?
Not 3 digits. It was still just 2.
What?
Like, not 3 digits worth of numbers. So it wasn't in like the hundreds or anything. It was like still like below that.
And he
Ross was struggling. And at one point he goes, I just don't want to be wrong again. Like, that's why I'm so nervous.
was he under a time limit or something?
No.
What?
Yeah, no.
Okay, wait. Hold on. Before I ask the question, my first question about this, how did you learn to do double digit. I can't remember if it's multiplication or addition. Like, did you? No, it is multiplication. Did you learn to do it like do the first number, then do the second number, and when you do the second number, you add a 0 if there's a second number?
Yes. And then you add.
So there's this other way that people learn, and I was showing it. This is how Eastwood taught it, by the way. Those heathens.
They were our rival school for everyone who didn't know.
Like, I give a shit, but the
right? Like that rivalry from back in the day.
they learned this weird way where they put all the numbers in a box and then they like do it diagonally or like what?
Yes, I've
like,
seen that before. Okay, he's still not here.
Yeah, Theo says it's wizardry. I remember when I worked with Kevin over at Home Depot, my old roommate, he came up to me with a coworker named Jess, and he's like, "Show him what you showed me." And he asked me, "How would I solve a problem?" So I solved it, and he goes, "Now you do it." And she solved it, and by the end, my face was more contorted than the old Jackie Chan meme.
Dude, like I've seen people do that before, and I can't figure out for the life of me how they do, like, how that makes sense.
No sense.
And I'm like, okay, but like, like I swear to God, if we would have done that, like something similar, and we were told to show our work, like we would have gotten the answer like wrong because they would have been like, that's not how we taught you, and I'm like, but it would have been the same answer, but it wouldn't have been because I don't understand that method. The sticky note on the desk in the bedroom had something to do with drawers. The Dewey Decimal looking thing in the study, right? Maybe the sticky notes from the flooded room connected to those drawers too.
Stop taking over! Stop over! I'm sorry! Pete, damn it, let me back out! Like Mickey Mouse is taking him over.
I wonder, so it's 10, 12, 11.
Are you doing your multiplication?
No, I'm trying to remember, because he said something about the sticky note thing, the note on the desk. Let's see, that's the, and it said it went in my memory log, but I have not seen it.
I'm not seeing it.
I have not seen it in the thingy. No, I haven't. Why isn't this easier? See the poo puzzle. Yes, the poo puzzle.
The poo puzzle.
Okay, cool. 10, 9, 11, which means, let's see. This is what I'm supposed to do. I think. Open the goddamn door, Francine. What in the shit is this?
I can only hope to imagine what it is.
Dude.
Oh! Hey, Francine. Like the new artwork.
Francine, what in the scribbles is this? Do you remember, speaking of scribbles, when back to our D&D campaign, when Haribo signed his name and everyone just called him Scribbles?
Yes. Oh.
Why is Francine? Girl. Okay, let's see. 10.
It's weird that Emily doesn't have dialogue options about it.
I know.
Like, is this something
10.
that does this mean that she's not aware of it, but we are?
I don't know. 12. Damn it. Cool, okay. 9.
Why does that?
Drawers full of rubber bands. 11. What in the Okay. What else does this goddamn house have? Does it have a Murphy bed somewhere that is going to fall down on top of me because I'm losing my ever-loving shit?
Maybe.
God damn it.
I love how Francine's not even turning over to you like, what the is that? Oh, you know, plot.
Uh,
Why does that duck look like it's swelling up on you?
duck?
Okay, go back and look at the sticky note thing, or the Dewey Decimal thing.
Okay. Advance, record, rewind, clear, print, append.
This is probably going to be our last run, too.
Yeah. Something just made a sound, and I am not a fan.
But that
I don't
mallard to
like
her
any
right
part of
looks
that.
like a
Francine, you can hang out there. That's fine.
you, Francine.
Yeah, she a bitch. She can be in the creepy room.
She can stay in there.
She can stay in there and die for all I care, which is what she will do.
Oh, hello, Lego. By the way, we have a new cat named Joy, and
Oh, yeah, I saw pictures.
yeah, she's a tiny little vanilla string bean, and she. Okay, so here's how everyone's been reacting to her lately. Charlie is so grumpy every time he sees her that he like scrunches his neck in, and if you try to move his head, it will just stay stiff. And
What?
like he's like that tense that you can't move his fucking head when she's like around him. It's gotten better since yesterday. Like now he'll like walk around while she's roaming around, but if she goes anywhere near him, he's like unleash the beast.
Oh my god. Okay.
Lego, Lego. Lego on the other hand is kind of simping, and he keeps like going up to her and being like sniff sniff, and she slaps the out of him. And I don't think he
Aww.
understands how big he is because she'll like run at him with her long string bingy limbs and like jump up and he will run so fast and so far and he'll be like and I don't know if he's just playing or if he's genuinely scared.
Poor Lego. Lego reminds me of Benny so much. Like, he just wants to play and nobody wants to play with him.
uh
What is this goddamn puzzle?
Bullshit.
Rewind. But that doesn't look like rewind.
It looks like YouTube rewind. God, remember when that actually was kind of cool at one point?
Yeah, remember when it was good?
Yeah, like the 2 years, the first 2 years, and then it just died.
Yeah. See, it's supposed to look like that. But it's... Okay, maybe... Maybe I'm just thinking too much about it, and it's supposed to be... maybe it's supposed to be that?
Might be. Maybe it
Okay,
is.
no.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
Okay, so that's... How am I... Rewind and print. I can get print, but I can't get rewind.
Was there another one that you can move around?
Oh, you know, that's a good point. Let's see, this, then So then we go in here, and we can move this guy around. Duke Brown, you're a genius.
Oh yeah. Sometimes I'm good.
Okay. So now we gotta go back this way. Oh. Then we go this way. Oop. Oop. Nope. Okay, let's see. What?
I think I can
Rewind.
hear Tia watching Adventure Time upstairs.
So, rewind. But how do I... But that's the symbol!
What is it?
Actually, it might not be. It might just be a smidge off. You piggy bitches. Going into the death trap. I'm going to die. But that's okay. I'll die in here, not in... Ah, it was. It was just a smidge off. Okay, so now I have to do print. And print's like the easiest fucking one. I just gotta
Oh yeah.
change it back.
Just gotta do it before you get electrocuted.
Oh, dude, for real, that's the actual problem.
So, by the way, this reminds me. Have you ever watched Alice in Borderland?
I don't think so, no.
Wait, do you have Netflix?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's on Netflix, and I think it's got either one season or two seasons, and they're coming out. Either way, they're coming out with another one soon. All about these people that end up in a weird situation where, for whatever reason, they wake up in Japan, and majority of Japan is just gone.
Aw, I
Like,
died.
oh no.
I remember, I think it was, Teal's mom was talking about it with us at one point.
Yeah, and it's basically like this series where all the people that are left after what is essentially a rapture, what it feels like, anyways, are these people who have to go and play these games. Every game is labeled by a card from a house of cards, like a deck of cards. So, like, I think the first game they play is a four of diamonds or something of diamonds. Each each suite or each card suite is a different type of game. Diamonds is you have to outsmart the game. Clubs is a no, not clubs. Spades is physicality. Basically, survive if you can. You pleb. And I can't remember what clubs is for the life of me. But hearts is we're going to make you do some horrible, horrible things. And if you're smart, you won't have to do a single horrible thing. But no one's ever smart.
But no one's ever smart.
Like, for instance, the first heart game that's played is every contestant. It's reverse wolf hunting sheep, where the sheep have to try to get the wolf mask from the one person. Anyone wearing a sheep mask by the end dies.
Oh.
So only one can make it out. And it's implied that maybe maybe you can just cut the wire and maybe no one dies because the masks that they're wearing or whatever the fuck have explosives in them that will go off
God damn it.
when it's time. So it's like Saw, but multiplayer.
Ugh.
And yeah, I won't say like whether or not they do that or what happens, but I will say that like pretty much anytime there's a game of hearts being played, nobody wins even when they win. Like it's and every game is to the death. If you step into a game, a border goes around the area, and if you leave without finishing, you die. If you win, you get that card. And the objective is to get every single card. You also get a
That
pass
doesn't
to
sound
live.
great.
Oh, yeah. What makes it worse is if you haven't played a game in a day and you haven't gotten a card, you die anyways. You have the deadline is whatever card number you got last. So if you got a 4, you have 4 days where you don't have to play any games. But on that 5th day, it's time to risk your life.
Oh.
Yeah. And season 2, they go into the face cards.
What is that? What are the face cards?
Jack, King, Queen, Ace,
I see.
and they are difficult. The
I,
it's big.
it
But
sounds
yeah,
like it's
it's
kind of like Squid Games too.
it does it did give me that sense in a way because like they're all that desperate and the games do come across kind of like Squid Games. The only thing is like it's not money, it's literally just the chance to survive another day. And as the story
What
goes on, you
happened?
start to figure out
What happened?
more. Oh no,
Something happened.
check the com.
Printout. Okay, it printed. Cool.
Hell yeah.
62!
62.
The industrial
Hell
pump
yes.
uses all of the remaining fluids in the hydraulic tank, so be sure the fluid levels in the tank are correct before operating. I don't know what that means. So...
Ugh.
Dude,
But yeah,
that show sounds nuts as
it is, and it's quite fun. Like the longer you go, the more you start kind of seeing where it's going and how they got there, and you also get to see characters that you think might be ass turn into not ass character. There's a whole lot of like either one of these two could be the ass. I just don't know who yet, kind of thing going on, and it's just a fun little trip, and it's one of those things where the more answers you get, the more questions you have, but it never feels like I still don't know. It just feels more like when you finally get to the end of season 2, you're like,
too far. Dude, I kind of wanna watch, but at the same time, like shows like that, I don't know. Like I like them, but it takes me a little bit to get into them. But I will give it a shot. Like I'm gonna add it to my list and tell you what I think at some point.
yeah. Oh yeah.
We're gonna call it here though, I think, because I'm gonna try to die. I'm just
Yeah, and I do need to get off. I actually need to wake up super early again tomorrow.
Nah, that's fair. I gotta actually eat dinner and then also get up.
Yeah.
Would you like to do our sign off, friendo?
Sure. Everybody, anyone who is or anyone who is going to watch later, here or on YouTube. You can also go to our Discord. Our Discord is a fun place to be, and you should be there, so do it. Yeah. Oh, yeah, and if you have a social media, just add Plasma Coin to the end of that search bar, and guess what? You'll find us. Do it.
Yeah!
Awesome.
Dude, look at how pretty the water is since it's lit up and kind of electric. Like,
Yeah, just sand it out. Oh, yeah, the whole reason why I brought up the show is because one of the puzzles has, one of the games has a group of people in a room that they have to like shut the door for, and there are electric prods jolting from the ceiling, and they're going like about to the head height of all the contestants, and they're standing in like, I think at that point they're standing in just a normal room, and one of the people like goes up to it and touches it, and they fly back and die. And then the game starts, and the water starts rising, and they have I can't remember what riddle they have to solve, but they had to solve a riddle. Um, they had to solve some light switch riddle before the water reached the electric prongs.
That's gives me the skeeves. Either way, I guess next time when we show up, I'm gonna definitely point out, because I don't know if you've heard it yet, how the uh, clock sounds now. Like it does this really weird dippy noise. It sounds like boom, and it's like creepy
Oh.
sounding, and I hate it. I hate that I'm doing this spooky game and it's getting spookier the more we go, alongside Dr. Decker, which we will be playing on Wednesday. So come by, enjoy Tori and I playing more Dr. Decker. We'll see you guys soon. Oh boy, why do we do this to me? Bye! Hello! If you want more content like the one you were just watching, click over in this area. If you want more Plasma Coin shenanigans, definitely give us a follow and click over in here somewhere. Have a good night, guys. We'll see you soon. Bye!